You're tuned in to Porch Talk with Rev Pat, where raw, real talk rules. So sit back and relax with that delicious cup of coffee or tea or your favorite glass of wine as Rev Pat delivers real, transparent, and raw conversations about all things life. Let's get started.
Hello. This is Porch Talk with Rev Pat, and I am your host, Rev Pat. So I want to say thank you for listening in. So glad you decided to join me on the porch. This week, you get to hear, I've already heard it. You get to hear an excerpt from a recent interview I did with a phenomenal young woman, Sparkle Taneka Robertson. Sparkle is an entrepreneur, a CEO, a motivational speaker. She's a mother. She is absolutely awesome. And this conversation was worth sharing. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, maybe even a glass of wine, and let's get talking. I have been so excited about doing this interview. So honored to have the opportunity every time I get a chance to speak with a sister that is doing her thing. I am excited and honored because I truly mean it when I say when she wins, we win. When one of us wins, we all win. Your bio, man, I was like, I can't put all of this in here. So I'm going off of entrepreneur, CEO, speaker, motivator, and what is the other one?
Human resource professional.
That's the one. Human resources personnel specialist. So she is phenomenal. Let's just say she's just phenomenal. She's doing all of this wonderful stuff. And if y'all can tell, I tried to wear my bling because I wasn't going to be out blinged because I knew she was going to be sparkling, but y'all can't see mine like y'all can see yours. But I tried. So, and that is one thing. Every time I see her, she is gorgeous. Every single time. She is gorgeous. Anissa says she sparkles. Anissa says she sparkles. Yes. She sparks. Yes, she's phenomenal. Before I hand it over to you, because I don't do scripted. I don't like to do scripted. I like to be just as authentic as we can possibly be, because that's what other people relate to. So no script. Okay. But I want to say this. I consider myself so honored to do this for two reasons. Because during COVID, everybody counted COVID as a negative. They considered COVID to be something negative, but it has not been that way for me. I have been connected to so many wonderful women via this platform. Anissa, Angela, Angela, Denise, you, all of these wonderful women that are doing amazing things. So I count this pandemic as a plus, because if it had not happened, I would not have met all of the wonderful, and there are far too many for me to even name. When I start praying and I can't remember everybody's name, I just say, Lord, you know who I'm talking about? Just name it on my head and not my heart, but you know I'm lifting them all up. At Tracy Mason, Wonder Walker, I really do. I don't just say it's an honor just to say it. I really do mean it. And especially with a young woman. What in you made you realize that your personality and the name Sparkle just automatically went together? Because it fits. It fits.
Well, I didn't just accept it. Like, I didn't know that I didn't know this life that I have now is what God was going to give me. The best way I can explain it is I'm on my second part of life. God had to, I didn't like who I was. I didn't like my bubble spirit, my sparkle. I didn't like that person. I fought hard to be somebody else. I didn't want to be a person. I fought hard most of life of not accepting who I am and my personality, because I thought it was too much. You're just extra. Just learn to sit down and be quiet and not wear the bright colors and not like that. I fought so hard to be
Wow.
somebody else. I put myself in a bondage. Like, I put myself in prison because I was refusing to be who God had called me to be.
Yep.
It was after divorce when I really decided, okay, God, I love you. And he told me, no, you do not, because you don't even accept who you are.
Wow.
And I made you. So that was the journey to learn. Like, he taught me who I was and taught me to accept me. That's one of the things that I talk really highly about. It's accepting who you are. And if you can't accept it, that means that you don't know who you are.
I want to go back to, you said, I didn't want to accept myself because I felt like I was too much. People say that you're doing too much. You sit down. You're doing too much. You're talking too much. Why would you want to wear that? And most creative people by nature do too much. on some kind of level. It may not be the same bright burst bubbly, but I think it's because of the way our minds work. Our minds are always going 100 miles an hour, and we're always thinking of things that we can do. Oh, well, wait a minute. If that's how they do that, I can Google that and figure out how to do that and put my little spin on it. But I don't think people really realize what they do when you tell a person who is by nature a joyous person that they're doing too much. And we don't know how to respond, because then we begin to accept it like, well, maybe I am doing too much. Maybe I am talking too much. Because when my sisters and I would go places, I automatically am drawn to people. And I would pick up a conversation with somebody, just met him, and we sitting there talking, girl, like we've been knowing each other for years. And my sister would get in the car and say, stop talking to everybody. You're always talking to people. And I was, is there something wrong with me? Because I like talking. I like to know people. So I think that's a negative. That's something that we have to stop doing. But maybe it is a lot to do with our being women, because we're never really allowed to be and to connect with who we are. So that's even more courageous, that when you realize, hey, look, I like me. And now I'm going to embrace me and be me. So that is courageous.
But once I had started embracing me, it was just like, wow, I can be me. Like, a newness came on you. Like, honestly, like, I look different. If you look at old pictures of me, I was dark complected. And all comes from when you in that dark place.
Wow.
Your skin, your face, your appearance can appear dark when you're in a dark place.
Wow.
Because I go back and look at my pictures and I was like, what was wrong with my skin? Like, I have never been that dark. But when you are in a dark place, it shows. You know, it shows how you really feel, really shows up on the outside.
Wow. Let me see. Anissa says, you both are simply a conversationalist, likes to converse with others. Welcome to the... I know I do. My calling fits me. Now, wow. You said, I look at myself then. And now and when you said I'm lighter, you know what came to my mind? That is the light of Christ shining through you.
I truly, truly believe that. And that's a prayer at all times, that his light shine through me. I want to sparkle for him. I want people to be attracted to me because of my spirit, not because of who I am, but because of my spirit. Because once you can connect to my spirit, we can help each other. Because I might have something that you need to help me with too. Like, I'm not a master of all, but when spirits connect, what more can we do? It's the touch and agree. When touching and agreeing, and we all come together, like you said, we all win.
Yep.
If one sister wins, then you can give me the blueprint, and I don't even have to do all that extra work. I don't have to do all the extra studying, the research. And you already done it for me. I'll be like, Miss Pat, hand that over. Hand that blueprint over.
Look, and that's for real. Angela and I talk about that all the time. That's another component to Called Chosen Cover. There is no reason for me to be stingy with something that will help another sister. Absolutely no reason. I'm like you. If even if I'm not a master at it, if I know something that will better another sister's life, what benefit is it to me to keep it to myself? None whatsoever. Because baby, you're gonna walk in your lane and I'm gonna walk in my lane. Now I might have to tweak that information a little bit, but it's gonna fully come together. Prime example, when we did the vision boards, and Anissa came through and broke this whole thing down. Now I had done one with Wanda Walker, so I have two vision boards. But when Anissa put her input into the vision boards, she shared that information, and I'm quite sure most of us, our minds completely changed about what was going to go on those boards. The reason why I love talking to women that are doing their thing is because there should never be any competition among sisters. None. And I know, and
None whatsoever.
We have got to break that cycle. We have got to show others that we are setting a standard of supporting one another. Period. That's it. It doesn't matter. That's all it takes. Because when I see your post or when I see Anissa's post, guess what? I'm encouraged. I saw Anissa's post about meeting her goal. Well, you know what that said to me? Well, dang it. I think I can do mine. Might not be that big, but I can do it. Once we really embrace who we are, ooh, this is good. Once we really embrace who we are, our gifting and who God made us to be, you allow His light to shine in you and through you. You radiate joy. Yes, look, y'all don't know this, and I'm going to let Sparkle delve into this. We did a live. We went live in Messenger. Was that last week or the week before?
It was the week before.
Sparkle had a friend of hers with her, and man, she poured into this young woman. I had tears in my eyes. I mean, she built her up, and you could see that this young lady needed it. She needed it. And Sparkle was like, you getting it whether you want it or not, because you're going to leave here different. You're not going to leave here the same. I'm paraphrasing. But the way she poured into her, that is what we ought to be doing with one another. Because she may not ever reach this level, but I guarantee you she won't forget having you pour into her that way. It was so pure and so natural. So whatever you denied yourself being before you got clocked by God, you didn't step into that thing wholeheartedly, honey. You don't have to worry about it. So how did the Sparkle, now I've embraced myself, now I know who I am. How did that translate to your business? Because baby, you be doing the bling.
It's just part of it. It's two assignments in one. I love fashion. I love everything about fashion. I did study fashion. I have some knowledge behind fashion because I have a double degree. I have a business management and a fashion merchandise degree. So I do know something about fashion. So he knew that was my passion. God knew fashion had always been my passion. Because one of the things that I always wanted to be was I wanted to style and do fashion shows all over the world. I never wanted to have kids. I never wanted to own a home. I never wanted to be in one place ever in my life. I wanted to travel and make people look beautiful. That was my dream, is to make people look beautiful. So when he gave me the vision to do jewelry and to have my own boutique, then he said, then you will be able to circle people from the inside out. So they think it's just about the outside, but you're going to be able to grab their inside, because the way I'm going to have you connect with people, you're going to be able to help them get the beauty from the inside out, just like I have done you. And it was two part of that. Like, I was excited about being able to do fashion. I was very excited. But I wasn't excited about the second half because then that means I have to tell them all my business. I have to be transparent about what I've been through. And I had to tell all that. And I was like, God, these are our secrets. This is our deep secrets. I don't need people to know that I didn't love myself, that I didn't like myself, and all this and all that. So I'm a talk backer to God sometimes. I got a big mouth, and I do some talking back. And he has to sit me, come back and sit me down and let me know who's in charge. I'm just here. I'm like, I'm the one who
Look,
I don't always, when he say do it, I don't always do it. I mean, like, couldn't such and such do it?
no,
But
no.
it was a twofold thing. It was a twofold thing. I would be able to help people, and I didn't know by me telling my story and getting released that I was going to get healed through it. I didn't know that that's going to be a part of the healing process as you go along. So I win-win. I was like,
Yeah,
God, that's why you say you always know the end result and you're going to win no matter what. Oh, okay.
Look.
Oh, that's what you was meaning.
That's the first lesson you learn when he called you out of that comfort zone is, baby, you're going to have to start spilling some tea. Now, the blessing in that is he is so loving that he only allows us to spill the tea when we need to spill the tea. It's not like putting your business out on Front Street. No. Because everybody can't handle your tea and everybody can't handle your story. But when it's necessary, but in doing that, because even though I don't do what you do, when we've been called, there are things that he requires of us and we fight it because we don't always I don't want to be transparent. I really don't want to be transparent. Well, let me say I didn't want to be transparent.
Yeah.
Not even honest with myself about my shortcomings. But once he really said, look, you're going to do this and you're going to say this and you can keep telling me no all you want to. But guess what? You're going to do it. That is so beautiful that he meshed your love for fashion and wanting to make others look good. Look, he wasn't going to let you make them look good on the outside and leave them jacked up on the inside.
So it's a balance. I love how God balances you. Whenever he gives you even like something you need to work on, he tell you where you're good at. We call it in the April, the hamburger. You need to give people a sandwich at all times. Give them the good, the bad, and then end it with good. I feel like that's what God does. He always never just like, boom, there you go, and just leave you out there. He gives you the sandwich. The sandwich. The sandwich.
I remember that, the good, the bad, and then put the good, slide the good in there too.
It taught us bread, then the meat is the bad, and then you come back with another slice of bread and give them some more good. Then they have a full sandwich, and then they can work on what they need to work on.
So, what do you believe has been your biggest challenge? Your biggest challenge. We are never where we want to be. We all know that. There are other levels that we want to rise to, but as far as he has brought you now, what do you think your biggest challenge has been?
Believing even when it doesn't look right. Believing even when you have a show or you have an event and you don't make your goal, to get up and do it again. So to not quit, not to give up, not to look at how it looks on the outside, because the appearance of things sometimes doesn't add up. To not open my eyes and look at it physically, but continue to keep it in my spiritual eye. As long as I keep my everything in the way he's showing me, I know it's going to work out.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the business, it was reaching goals, not seeing that the people are attracted to what I do, and the numbers are not where I want them to be, and The sales are not where I want them to be. Everything not coming together the way I want them to come in my time. So really trusting in God's timing and not my time.
Well,
and then to just shut up sometimes. Sometimes mine is just be quiet. Just be quiet. Because I'll get like, God, see, just be quiet.
It's gonna be all right.
If you don't have nothing good to say, be quiet. Just be quiet. So along with that, it's just being quiet sometimes.
But look, really, we all have that issue. I think Monica would say she's been through that. First Lady Norma, Angela, we all have been that. If that is not part of your growth, if part of your growth is not learning how to trust him and believe him, no matter what you see, what you hear, then you better check yourself. Because the assignments that he gives us are so beyond our thinking. We can't imagine what he's going to do. So it requires that we absolutely put our trust in him and rely on him. And if you don't learn that, and I'm not just talking about in business, I'm talking about in life. Because if you didn't have that in your character as part of what you live daily, then you sure can't put it in a business. Because if it's non-existent, it's non-existent. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If you don't have faith, you can't just you can't just have faith in the business and not have faith at home. It's got to be a part of who you are. So I think any of us, I would probably say any woman who has embraced herself and decided to be her authentic self has had to learn that lesson. To trust God no matter what happens, no matter what we see. Look, we have enough people waiting on us to fail. So we got to build up who we are. And we got to build up who we are in him in order to face all the naysayers and all the people that are waiting on it not to work. Waiting on, we don't fit the role. You don't fit the role. You're stepping out of your role. You're not, man, please move around. I have decided this is what I'm going to do. God has given this to me to do, and I'm going to step out on faith and do it. Gail said we need his instructions for everyday life, every step of the way.
Every moment, I'm like, so how people continually talk to God? Like, I'm telling you, I'm let him get 2 steps away, but like, God, come on.
Come on back over here. Come on back over here.
Come on back over here. Because I need you. I need him in every step. I need him. And even to know where I'm going, that God trusts me. Like, that is so big to me, that he's trusting me. Like, he trusts me with this assignment. He's trusting me to do what he has called the purpose of my life. He's trusting me to do.
Now, that's beautiful.
And that's so deep. To me, that is the biggest gift that anybody can give me, is that God is trusting me with the assignment. Because he could have gave this same assignment to somebody else. But he chose me.
Oh, yeah. He
chose me, the one that I never thought I would, but I would never be anything. I would tell myself, you ain't gonna never be anything. Like, I spoke affirmations against myself. Nobody had to come speak them to me. I spoke them against myself. I said I wasn't worthy. I'm not good enough. So dying to all those words and detoxing from all that negativity is so new for me. It's a new beginning over and over. I feel like every day, everybody has a new beginning, but I fully feel like this is what God is saying, abundant life. Abundant life is doing your purpose and living in your purpose of the assignment that God has given you. That's abundant to me.
Look, I think it's
the peace of God.
I think we're in a season where God is calling, and this is going to sound crazy, ladies. I think we're in a season where God is calling those women, his daughters, that were counted out, that counted themselves to elevate themselves. And he's doing it in a way where him raising me up can't belittle you because I want you to go with me. And we're in a season where God is calling his daughters to embrace who they are in him. Forget about all of the other junk that you've told yourself, that others have told you. Look, I talk to women that have been through divorce, bad breakups. You know what I tell them? That's his loss. In your mind, that's his loss. Because the word of God won't change because he didn't understand what he had. So when we start seeing ourselves the way God sees us, and we understand that we are fully equipped to do to do everything he's called us to do. And he's just doing a clarion call. And I'm hearing this over and over. I never thought I would. I've said it to Gail 1,000 times. I never thought I would do this. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who are you talking to? You want me to do what? Oh, no. But when I see him putting the pieces together and they work out the way he said they're going to work out, my mind is blown. That's why we have to pour into one another, because somebody listening to you has done the same thing, has convinced herself that she's not worthy, convinced herself that she can't do this because she's still carrying the baggage from her past.
Those are the people that I want, is people that had the same mindset that I had, that didn't think it was possible, that didn't think that they was worthy because, you didn't come from that right family. Look, you came from the right family. You came from God. That is the best family you could ever have. It. So when you said that, the one word came to my mind on assignment that I'm working on, and it's gonna wish you would have.
Whoa.
Wrong grammar and all. You're gonna wish you would have.
Yeah.
But I thank you that you didn't. I thank you that you didn't, but you're gonna wish you would have.
Wow.
Even in relationships, like it might be somebody you wanted so bad, but they want you. But they're gonna look back and wish they would have. It's gonna be a job that see you elevating and seeing what you're bringing to the other company that they didn't want to hire you. They're gonna sit back and say, "Dang, I should have hired her." You right. You wish you would have. But now I'm getting ready to take all your customers. I'm getting ready to bring. I'm gonna take my market over here. So just know when you're not selected, it's for a reason. That rejoice that they didn't pick you, because they're gonna wish they would have. They're gonna wish they would have, and they're gonna be sitting back when they watch you elevate. They're gonna sit back there like, she interviewed with me 5 years ago, and I was just like, no. And now they like, but do you see what she's doing for that company? Do you see what she's bringing? You see her team? Dang, I would. But you can't go back.
Can't go back. Y'all, we ought to make that our mantra for 2022. Woo. Look, we can even apply that to ourselves, because there's some things that we have wanted to do that he totally stopped. And you can look back and say, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't do that. I thought that, oh, I'm so glad I didn't do that." So it's full circle when we put it in the perspective of everything. And I really do believe this. I say this all the time, because I have some areas in my life that I wish had not happened, that I didn't have to live through. But I did, because I didn't pick my parents. I didn't pick my dad. I didn't any of that. But at the same time, I remind myself every single one of my days were already written out. So if I get to complaining and go, I hate that happened. Why did that happen? If I don't balance that with the fact that he knows the end of all of that, and he knew what he was going to do with that pain, that heartbreak, all of that, he knew what he was going to do with it. And then I realized that it really had nothing to do with me, that I had to experience it. It took the burden off. It took the weight off. It took the shame off. It took the bitterness off, because I'm looking at everybody else that hey, you wrote her story like that. Why'd you write my story so jacked up? Why did she get that? I mean, come on, man. Look, and I'm serious. My sister and I had a double wedding. double wedding. We got married on the same day. She's still married. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm like, huh? How did that? What? But then when I look back and I go back because nothing but the word is going to be what I use to heal myself. I'll go to a therapist. I'll go to a counselor. We can do all of that. But when we get in alignment with God and we're in alignment with Him, and now we're in alignment with His destiny and His purpose for us, so many things become minuscule when you look at the grander picture. So one other thing I wanted to ask you about, I'm thinking about your daughter and what she must feel watching her mother do what she's doing. That must make you feel so proud of yourself. And we very seldom say, I feel good that I'm a good example to my daughter. I think we minimize what we do because we don't want people to feel like we're stuck up or we're arrogant or we're whatever. Girl, look, if you rocking it, you rocking it. And if your daughter can look back and say, look at what my mom did, kudos, hats off to you. I give you a bow.
My daughter has been, she rode on the roller coaster with me. I had her when I was 24 years old. So she has seen the transformation. She has seen the cry nights. She has seen the prayer. We have been through every stage of life together. But now, where we're at now, she says, Mama, I'm so proud of you. Like, I see the difference in you. I see your smile. I see your peace. And it makes me want to go after my goals. It pushes me because you have showed me no matter what it takes to go after it. No matter how many times you fail, you get back up and start all over again. So I know that that's something that I have put in her. And her and I have some projects that we're going to work on together as well. So this is going to be a mother and daughter. We have some things this summer that we're going to come out with. So I'm super excited about that. She wants to be a part of the business now. Because she it's not no more like you're forced to do this. She wants to be part of it because she sees the final outcome. She knows that we want to be on retreats and speaking life to people and changing people's lives on board. We're partners and we're touching and agreeing. So we are in agreement and we're going to do this together. So
that's so wonderful. And every person on here, every person that I see, Kathy says the assignment that he put me on by being a door host at Walmart is way out of my comfort zone. I never wanted to do it. Man, we've all been there doing stuff we don't want to do. I'm looking at all of the ladies that are on with us today, and especially those that I just truly, truly, truly admire. The blessing is that at the core of everything that all of us are doing, the core of it, the motivation is that we impact lives, make an impact of those around us. And that's why God's hand is on us. It's not, we want to make money. And I know we all want to make money. We all want to do, that's life. That's life. You can't buy bread if you don't have money. That's just plain old life. If at the core, at the foundation of everything you do, that foundation and everything that you're growing is built on one purpose, and that's to impact somebody else's life, God is pleased with what we're doing. God is pleased with what we're doing. You can be the best at what you do and not give a crap about other people. And that's sad.
Yeah. You have seen people not care about people. They're just doing a job.
And to see other women, to be connected divinely to other women who have that same motivation. That's why the friendships are so transcend states and where we live and all of that. It doesn't matter because there's a connection there that we're connected through Him with our purpose. And we may not ever meet in person. It doesn't matter. When I see Anissa showing out, Anissa's going to be here. Angela, I already know. I'll probably have to make 10 appointments to get to her, but that's okay. Monica, I know I'm going to have to get in line and make some appointments. Because when that sister opened her mouth, man, oh man, I'm blown away. Gail, the support in her heart for seeing other women do what they have a heart to do. Kathy is on her way. Let God, whatever God's got to do, God's got to do. And however he's going to do it, if we're yielded to it, then it's going to work out in our favor. But to know this many women, First Lady Norma, oh my gosh. That's a woman of wisdom. I'm blessed. I'm blessed that God connected me with her because I can go to her. I didn't know a thing about being a first lady. And when she interviewed me, I was like, I'm watching her. I'm like, this woman is so full of grace. And she was talking. I'm like, I'm so in over my head. I don't know what to do. But it wasn't about that. I don't think it was about that. It was her heart. She has a heart for first ladies. So when you delve into what you're doing and you pass that on to your daughter, do you not know that you're making a difference from generation to generation? Do you realize that?
No, I didn't realize that, but I mean,
you are.
Yes, I mean,
yes, you are. So before we go, let's talk about that fantabulous jewelry.
Yes, it's called, it's statement jewelry. Your jewelry should, sometimes we'll need to say a word. Just let it speak for you. And that's when I pick out my jewelry, is to make sure that the jewelry talk for you. You just sit around and you sit back and be fabulous. You just sit back and be gorgeous and let it do all the speaking for you. As you walk in the room, she's gonna remember you. She's gonna know that you came through. And we all want that spoken word for us. That I didn't have to say who I am. You remember me because yes, I had on that purple sparkle. And then you have people that say, well, I don't want nobody to speak for me. Yes, you do. You want, we like for people to say, even if you're a little behind and you like to be on the backside, but in the same token, we like for you still want to say you look good and you look fabulous. And that's my assignment, is to help you look fabulous at all times. Let it speak for you. We can go simple or we can go all the way to the master, whichever way you want to go. I have you. I can take care of you.
So
No,
you got me cracking up over here. So tell them how they can get all sparkled up. How can they get your jewelry? How can they just tell them how to get in touch with you, friend?
Okay, so I am working on my website. It's coming soon, so just be patient with me. But right now, I do a live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can reach me through text message or messenger, Sparkle Taneka Robertson, or you can go to Sparkle for You. Anything that says Sparkle, I have some great women that if you don't know me, and you have Monica on here, you have Angela, you have Kanitha, I have a lot of people that will get in touch with me. I think Miss Pat, that's how you reached me. Angela reached out to me and then we was able to connect. But I do a live every Thursday. Just tune in. If you have an exclusive and you have a special event, send me your dress and I will match it up. Or if you don't know what you're gonna wear to the gala, then let me get you together from head to toe, and you don't have to do no work. So I do that as well, where I will style you from head to toe, and all you have to do is tell him to give you the card, and you done. It's a real simple job. Just give me the card, and she gonna do the work, and then you can walk in and you do fabulous. So you can, or my phone number is 615-900-9607. And you can send me a text message or you can give me a phone call and we can get whatever you need. I promise you. I promise you we will make you fabulous because you deserve to sparkle. Everybody deserves to sparkle. And I guarantee you that you'll leave sparkles wherever you go. It's a guarantee that you're going to just drip sparkles. And
Yeah, I told y'all this was gonna be. I told y'all this was gonna be such a great interview. I told y'all. Well, my friends, that's it for this week, and I once again am so very blessed that you decided to tune in. And before we go, I want to just share a little bit of an announcement. Well, it's not a little announcement; it's a good announcement. In honor of March Madness, we have come up with a package for ministries and for churches. If you're in a ministry of your own or if you want to spotlight your church, we are offering a package deal for ministers and churches during the month of March. We're calling it the March Ministry Madness Package. March Ministry Madness Package. We want to help those that are out there doing the work an opportunity to put and present their ministries and their churches to a large audience. Once again, Porch Talk can be listened to on Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, and we're going to be adding to that audience pretty soon. So we want the word to get out, So if you're interested in having your ministry or your church spotlighted during the podcast, reach out to me at revpat at revpontheporch.com. If you'd like to follow me, you can. I have a private community called Chosen Covered on Facebook. If you would like to be a part of that community, go check us out, answer the 3 questions, and join. You can also check out the website, www.revpontheporch.com. You can check out the website. We're going to be introducing a newsletter pretty soon, coming up soon, so you can sign up for it there. There's also a blog, and there's also the episodes right there on the website. So if you want to go back and listen, you can. We just want to make sure that you have a way to keep in touch. So please subscribe, listen, share, do all of that. More importantly, enjoy the conversation. I will meet you right back here on the porch next week for another episode of Porch Talk. Be blessed, my friends.